You know there's a threat, that's why you got your gun drawn. You don't know where it is yet. You don't know where it is. You're looking back and forth for it. You're looking back and forth. You see something on your left. What's that guy got? What has he got? What has he got? He's holding something. It's black. It's black. It's a gun. Take him out. You hear something. You see two guys. They got something in their hands. They got something in their hands. They're turning to you. The guy on the right shooting at you. The guy on the right. Drop what you got. Drop the weapon. Okay, okay. Just the guy on the right. The guy on the right. Right. Got a gun. Far right. The guy's got a gun. Take him out.
This will be kind of interesting. I've not shot the Kahr CM9 or the Smith Wesson Shield, so.
Some things I'll note about these two handguns. They're both excellent concealed carry handguns and maybe my two top favorite at this point. But I'll be honest with you, I am leaning towards the Smith Wesson Shield at this point as the one I might keep indefinitely. And the Kahr CM9, I don't know that I'll necessarily sell it. I may, but it's going to be a secondary one for me. Part of the reason why is the Kahr carries and conceals really, really well. And that's probably the thing I love about this gun the most. However, I feel like the Shield carries and conceals adequately well. It is slightly bigger, slightly bulkier, but man, I've had no trouble concealing it. It's just a very good concealed carry handgun. And also, I feel like it shoots better. It's easier to point with, easier to get on target with, and be consistent in your hits. You know, those two things being the biggest factors, you know, you really kind of have to have this little seesaw choice. You know, what do you want more of? More concealability or more accuracy and shootability? What's more important to you? I think in a defensive situation, I'd rather be able to hit my target more easily. So for that reason, I'm leaning towards the Shield right now, but they're both excellent guns.
I really felt pretty strong. I actually just kind of almost supported my hands on the side of the rig here, and actually it really was a nice stable shooting position for me, I felt like, and it gave me some really good cover.
Yeah.
You know, like I felt like I just had a sliver of me showing up. I don't know, I mean, I'm not a pro, but I felt better about that than just looking at it, you know, exposing my whole body. But the other thing that I noticed was when I couldn't drop the mag free for some reason on the car. When I had pushed the button, I even like kind of opened my hands to try and see.
Try to let it free?
I had any like obstructions with my palm or something, and even with that, it wasn't dropping free. Like, you know, sometimes with the Glock, you kind of have to almost shake it out unless you got like a weighted mag or something. So I thought that might have been the case, but it was being stubborn with me. It really didn't want to come out. That was a little, I mean, it wasn't necessarily like, I wouldn't consider it like a blatant failure. It's just maybe,
you know, to be honest, now that you mention it, I recall having to kind of learn some muscle memory with the magazine release and kind of pressing it down and opening my palm a little bit.
Let's try it with just this.
Yeah.
See? No obstruction.
Okay.
You know, like I'm pressing it with my middle finger.
Yeah.
You can see it's like actually opening.
Yeah. Okay, let me put it in my hand for a sec. Let me see if it gives me the same issue or not. So what I'm doing now, obviously you're left-handed, so this may be a righty-lefty thing because of the way it's.
I'm pressing it with my, you know, the way most of us lefties do it is.
Yeah.
It's less. You'd have to rearrange your hand less if you just reach up and hit it with your middle finger. And that time that
dropped pretty nice.
It came out nice. I mean, but you could even see it was pushing before, and for some reason it wasn't coming out.
All right, anyway, I wonder if it may be a muscle memory thing, kind of learning exactly how deep you got to press it and opening your palm just the right amount.
Sure, could be.
Here's a little size comparison. Top to bottom, you can see the Shield is longer, but side to side they're very much just about the same width. You can also see that the grip on the Kahr is a little bit shorter than on the Smith & Wesson. You can hold it this way to get a better look at that. So you've got a little more to grab onto with that Smith & Wesson. Now the Kahr, I think that they make some magazines for it that I'm putting a loaded magazine in here, but I'm not going to load it. I think they make some magazines that actually come to the back here, or maybe some magazine adapters that come around here so that your palm will wrap around that and fit in there really nicely. I think they do, but I'm not sure about that. This one does kind of give you a little extra to grip onto right here, which helps, but it's not quite as good as what you get with the Smith & Wesson. With its spare magazine, has one additional round in it. It's got that full sort of grip adapter to it, so you really do get a nice palm purchase on there, both from behind and in front, and it works real well. So I'd say that's a bit of an advantage on that. It comes with 2 magazines. I believe the Kahr CM9 just comes with 1. And if you want more, you got to pay an arm and a leg for them. Well, not an arm and a leg, but they're kind of expensive. The flush fitting magazine on the Smith & Wesson is great for concealing. Also feels good in hand. I feel like that's still a really nice grip that I can get on there. 2 fingers plus a little bit more, so that works really well. Again, the Kahr has been great for me. You can get, about 2 fingers on there, but they're kind of falling off. And you can get a pretty good purchase on it as well, but you can tell that it's definitely less than you get on the Smith & Wesson. So slightly smaller gun, a little bit harder to manage as far as getting it on target. Whereas this one conceals, in my case, equally well, but gets on target a lot more easily.
I felt like the trigger was...
Reload as you talk.
Definitely different. So than the CM9. Mm-hmm. Really, I don't know if it was necessarily that I didn't like the trigger as much, or if it was just different and it took me a little bit of time to get used to it. With both these, I think if you had them, you could get highly proficient with them if you practiced, sufficiently with them. That was, I took a few dry presses before I actually shot it, but other than that, that's again the first time I shot this platform, and I actually really like it. It feels really good, in your hand and the way you shoot it. Just a little different.
Do you notice any difference in the way the magazines load or how they feel?
The way the magazines load, this one looks like it's, I got one in there, just the angle I was holding it I couldn't see.
Oh, you're down to 8, yep.
Yeah, I got it in there. I was like, man, that's getting tough. This one, actually, I don't really, while I'm reloading it, it's kind of annoying. The little spacer moves up a little bit. It's just like a little, it's not important really, but the way they drop free much more cleanly than they do in the CM9. With me, it's not an issue at all to, still need one more in there. So this one's just a little stiffer to load them maybe. Also the way, to seat these, I noticed, I feel like I should be getting it up there with all of the M&P series guns that I've ever used. You have to really kind of give it a good punch into there, but the benefit is it comes out with a lot more authority than other guns.
It's almost like it's spring-loaded because of that slap you got to give it.
Yep, and really when you're putting stuff in the battery, you should really be giving it a good tap anyway. It shouldn't, you don't need to be, you're not going to break these little guys, they're built tough.
Right.
Put it down, put it down!
This Kahr CM9 has got some grip tape on it. It was sent to me by my old friend Nick Taylor Double Lot here on YouTube, who's got a website now where he's selling some of that grip tape for various firearm models, handguns. So you ought to check him out. I'll have that web address down in the description, maybe on the screen right now. What can I say? It works. It feels pretty nice. Kind of makes the grip feel a little better than it did before. There's a close look at it. Nice and grippy.
It just sucks right into your hand. Like
it really does.
Part of your hand.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, that's a much bigger improvement than I imagined it would be, and I like it quite a bit. So if you're looking for some grip tape for your firearm, check them out. Okay, as far as trigger pull accuracy, stuff like that, how are you feeling about the gun so far?
I actually really like the gun. It's actually better than I thought it was. You know, I always kind of felt, honestly, that Kahrs were too much money for what you were getting out of them. And it's felt really good in my hand. I really like that tape. It does really make a difference in a small gun. It helps out a lot to have that extra grip. Recoil, a lot of guys get afraid when they hold it. You know, they say, oh, I can't get all my hand on it. Honestly, with this 9mm and this setup, it didn't bother me at all not being able to get my finger on it. I didn't even notice the difference between the extended mag and the normal flush mag. So, yeah.
Put it down! Put it down!
All right, guys, well, this has been a little shooting comparison between the Smith Wesson M&P 9 Shield and the Kahr CM9. Both my handguns at the moment, and I like both of them quite a lot. I may end up moving to this one exclusively just because I feel like it fits the role slightly better than the Kahr CM9 does. And based on some input from my friend Joe, that may be the case. I think we both kind of agree on that. What do you say?
I totally agree. I love both of them from what I've shot. You know, I just barely started with them today. They both feel good, but I would definitely give the M&P Shield the green light first.
Cool. All right, guys. Thanks very much for watching. I hope this video has been helpful to you. We'll see you all later.
Buy my Velcro-backed patches using the links below, and go to Blade HQ for the exclusive Knife Love t-shirt.
So we'll compare real quickly the XDS with the Kahr CM9, and we'll admit also and acknowledge real quickly that, of course, that's a 45 and that's a 9mm. However, this is also made and offered in 9mm, so I think the dimensional comparison is worth trying out and checking out.